من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم من الشيطان الرجيم بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم وأهلك عدوهم من الجن والإنس من الأولين والآخرين بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم اللهم إني أسألك برحمتك التي وسعت كل شيء وبقوتك التي قهرت بها كل شيء وخضع لها كل شيء وذل لها كل شيء وبجبروتك التي غلبت بها كل شيء وبعزتك التي لا يقوم لها شيء وبعظمتك التي ملأت كل شيء وبسلطانك الذي على كل شيء وبوجهك الباقي بعد فناء كل شيء وبأسمائك التي ملأت أركان كل شيء وبعلمك الذي أحاط بكل شيء وبنور وجهك الذي أضاء له كل شيء يا نور يا قدوس يا نور يا قدوس يا نور يا قدوس يا أول الأولين ويا آخر الآخرين اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تحتك الإسفان اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل النعام اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تغير النعام اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تحبس الدعاء اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تقطع الرجاء اللهم اغفر لي الذنوب التي تنزل البلاء اللهم اغفر لي كل ذنب أذنبته وكل خطيئة أخطأتها اللهم إني أتقرب إليك بذكرك وأستشفع بك إلى نفسك وأسألك بجودك أن تدنيني من قربك وأن توضعني شكرك وأن تلهمني ذكرك اللهم إني أسألك سؤال خادع متذلل خاشع أن تسامحني وترحمني وتجعلني بقسمك راضيا قانعا وفي جميع الأحوال متواضعا اللهم وأسألك سؤال من اشتدت فاقته وأنزل بك عند الشدائد حاجته وأظم فيما عندك رغبته اللهم أظم سلطانك وعلى مكانه وخفي مكرك وظهر أمرك وغلب قهرك وجرت قدرتك ولا يمكن الفرار من حكومتك اللهم لا أجد لذنوبي غافرا ولا لقضائه ساترا ولا لشيء من عملي القبيح بالحسن مبدلا غيره. لا إله إلا أنت سبحانك وبحمدك ظلمت نفسي ظلمت نفسي ظلمت نفسي وتجرعت بجهلي وسكنت إلى قديم ذكرك لي ومنك علي. اللهم مولاي كم من قبيح سترته وكم من فادح من البلاء قلته وكم من إثار وقيته وكم من مكروه دفعته وكم من ثناء جميل لست أهلا له نشرته. اللهم أذم بلائي وأفرط بسوء حالي وقصرت بي أعمالي وقعدت بي أغلالي وحبسني عن نفعي بعد آمالي وخدعتني الدنيا بغرورها ونفسي بخيانتها ومطالي. يا سيدي فأسألك بعزتك ألا يحجب عنك دعائي سوء عملي وفعالي ولا تفضحني بخفي ما اطلعت عليه من سري ولا تعاجلني بالعقوبة على ما عملته في خلواتي من سوء فعلي وإساءتي ودوام تفريطي وجهالتي وكثرة شهواتي وغفلتي. وكن اللهم بعزتك لي في كل الأحوال رؤوفا وعلي في جميع الأمور عطوفا. إلهي وربي من لغيرك أسأله كشف ضري والنظر في أمري. إلهي ومولاي أجريت علي حكما اتبعت فيه هوى نفسي ولم أحترس فيه من تزيين عدوي فغرني بما أهوى وأسعده على ذلك القضاء فتجاوزت بما جرى علي من ذلك بعد حدوده وخالفت بعد أوامره فلك الحجة علي في جميع ذلك ولا حجة لي فيما جرى علي فيه قضاء وألزمني حكمك وبلاغ. وقد أتيتك يا إلهي بعد تقصيري وإسرافي على نفسي معتذرا نادما منكسرا مستقيلا مستغفرا منيبا مقرا مذعنا معترفا لا أجد مفرا مما كان مني ولا مفزعا أتوجه إليه في أمري غير قبولك عذري وإدخالك إياي في سعة من رحمتك. اللهم فاقبل عذري وارحم شدة ضري وفكني من شد وثاقي. يا رب ارحم ضعف بدني يا رب ارحم ضعف بدني يا رب ارحم ضعف بدني ورقة جلدي ودقة عظمي. يا من بدأ خلقي وذكري وتربيتي وبري وتغذيتي هب لي ابتداء كرمك والسالف برك بي يا إلهي وسيدي وربي يا تراك معذب بنارك بعد توحيده وبعد من طوى عليه قلبي من معرفته ولهج به لسان من ذكره وأعتقده ضمير من حبه وبعد صدق اعترافي ودعائي خاضعا لربوبيته هيهات أنت أكرم من أن تضيع من ربيت وتبعد من أدنيت وتشرد من آويت وتسلم إلى البلاء من كفيته ورحمته وليت شئري يا سيدي وإلهي ومولاي أتسلط النار على وجوه خرت لعظمتك ساجدا وعلى ألسن نطقت بتوحيدك صادقا وبشكرك مادحا وعلى قلوب اعترفت بإلهيتك محققا وعلى ضمائر هبت من العلم بك حتى صارت خاشعة وعلى جوارها سعت إلى أوطان تعبدك طائعة وأشارت باستغفارك مذعنا ما هكذا الظن بك ولا أخبرنا بفضلك يا كريم يا رب يا كريم يا رب يا كريم يا رب وأنت تعلم ضعفي عن قليل من بلاء الدنيا وعقوباتها وما يجري فيها من المكاره على أهلها على أن ذلك بلاء ومكروه قليل مكفور يسير بقاؤه قصير مدته فكيف احتمال البلاء الآخرة وجليل وقوع المكاره فيها وهو بلاء تطول مدته ويدوم مقامه ولا يخفف عن أهله لأنه لا يكون إلا عن غضبك وانتقامك وسخطك وهذا ما لا تقوم له السماوات والأرض يا سيدي فكيف بي وأنا عبدك الضعيف الذليل الحقير المسكين المستكين يا إلهي وربي وسيدي ومولاي لأي الأمور إليك أشكو ولما منها أضج وأبكي لألم العذاب والشدة أم لطول البلاء ومدته فلئن سيرتني للعقوبات مع أعدائي وجمعت بيني وبين أهل البلاء وفرقت بيني وبين أحبائك وأوليائك فهبني يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي وربي صبرت على عذابه فكيف أصبر على فراقه وهبني صبرت على هر ناره فكيف أصبر عن النظر إلى كرامته أم كيف أسكن في النار ورجاء عفوه فبعزتك يا سيدي ومولاي أقسم صادقا لئن تركتني ناطقا لأدجن إليك بين أهلها ضجيج العاملين ولا أصرخن إليك صراخ المستصرخين ولا أبكين عليك بكاء الفاقدين ولا أنادينك أين كنت يا ولي المؤمنين يا غاية آمال العارفين، يا غياث المستغيثين، يا غياث المستغيثين، يا غياث المستغيثين، يا حبيب قلوب الصادقين، ويا إله العالمين. أفتراك سبحانك يا إلهي وبحمدك تسمع فيها صوت عبد مسلم سجن فيها بمخالفته وذاق طعم عذابها بمعصيته وحبس بين طباقها بجرمه وجريرته وهو يدج إليك ضجيج مؤمل لرحمته ويناديك بلسان أهل التوحيد ويتوسل إليك بربوبيته. يا مولاي فكيف يبقى في العذاب وهو يرجو ما سلف من حلمه أم كيف تؤلمه النار وهو يعمل فضلك ورحمتك أم كيف يهرقه لهيبها وأنت تسمع صوته وترى مكانه أم كيف يشتمل عليه ظفيرها أنت تعلم ضعفها أم كيف يتقلقل بين طباقها أنت تعلم صدقا أم كيف تضجره ذبانيتها وهو يناديك يا رب أم كيف يرجو فضلك في إتقه منها فتتركه فيها هيهات ما ذلك الظن بك ولا المعروف من فضلك ولا مشبه لما عاملت به الموحدين من برك وإحسانك فباليقين أقطع لولا ما حكمت به من تعذيب جاهدين وقضيت به من إخلاد معاندين فجعلت النار كلها بردا وسلاما وما كان لأحد فيها مقرا ولا مقاما لكنك تقدست أسماؤك أقسم أن تملأها من الكافرين من الجنة والناس أجمعين وأن تخلد فيها المعاندين وأن تجل ثناؤك قلت مبتدعا وتطولت بالإنعام متكرما أفمن كان مؤمنا كمن كان فاسقا لا يستوون. إلهي وسيدي فأسألك بالقدرة التي قدرتها وبالقضية التي حتمتها وحكمتها وغلبت من عليه أجريتها أن تهب لي في هذه الليلة وفي هذه الساعة كل جرم أجرمته وكل ذنب أذنبته وكل قبيح أسررته وكل جهل عملته كتمته وأعلنته أخفيته أو أظهرته وكل سيئة أمرت بإثباتها الكرام الكاتبين الذين وكلتهم بحفظ ما يكون مني وجعلتهم شهودا علي مع جوارحي فكنت أنت الرقيب علي من ورائهم والشاهد لما خفي عنهم وبرحمتك أخفيتا وبفضلك سترتا وأن توفر هذ من كل خير تنزل وإحسان تفضلت وبر تنشر ورزق تبسط وذنب تغفر وخطأ تستر يا ربي يا ربي يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا إلهي وسيدي ومولاي ومالك ركبي يا من بيده ناصيتي يا عليما بدر ومسكنتي يا خبيرا بفقري وفاقتي يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب أسألك بحقك وقدسك وعظم صفاتك واسمائك أن تجعل أوقاتي في الليل والنهار بذكرك معمورا وبخدمتك موصولا وأعمالي عندك مقبولا حتى تكون أعمالي وأورادي كلها وردا واحدا وحالي في خدمتك سرمدا يا سيدي يا من عليه معولي يا من إليه شكوت وحوالي يا ربي يا ربي يا ربي يا ربي يا رب يا ربي يا ربي يا رب قوي على خدمتك جوارحي واشدد على العزيمة جوانحي وهب لي الجد في خشيتك والدوام في الاتصال بخدمتك حتى أسرع إليك في ميادين السابقين وأسرع إليك في المبادرين واشتاق إلى قربك في المشتاقين وأدنو منك دنو المخلصين وأخافك مخافة الموقنين وأجتمع في جوارك مع المؤمنين اللهم ومن أرادني بسوء فأرد ومن كادني فكد واجعل لي من أحسن عبيدك نصيبا عندك وأقربهم منزلة منك وأخصهم ذلفة لديك فإنه لا ينال ذلك إلا بفضلك فجد لي بجودك وعطف علي بمجدك وحفظني برحمتك واجعل لساني بذكرك لهجا وقلبي بحبك متيما ومن علي بحسن إجابتك فأقلني يسرتي واغفر لي ذلتي فإنك قضيت على عبادك بعبادتك فأمرتهم بدعائك وضمنت لهم الإجابة فإليك يا رب نصبت وجهي وإليك يا رب مددت يدي فبعزتك استجب لدعائي وبلغني مناي ولا تقطع من فضلك رجائي واكفني شر الجن والإنس من عدائي يا سريع الرضا يا سريع الرضا يا سريع الرضا اغفر لمن لا يملك إلا الدعاء فإنك فعال لما تشاء يا من اسمه دواء وذكره شفاء وطاعته غنى ارحم من راس ماله الرجاء وسلاحه البكاء يا صادق النعم يا دافع النقام يا نور المستوحشين في الظلام يا عالما لا يعلم صل على محمد وآل محمد وافعل بما أنت أهله وصلى الله على رسوله والأئمة الميامين من آله وسلم تسليما كثيرا اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد وعجل فرجهم.
Jazakallah, Brother Mason, brother, for a beautiful recitation of Dua Kumail.
اللهم صل على محمد وآل محمد. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. صلى الله عليك يا نبي الله، السلام عليك يا رسول الله، السلام عليك يا أمير المؤمنين سيد الوصيين، السلام عليك يا فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين، السلام عليك يا حسن المجتبى ورحمة الله وبركاته. زيارت وارثہ کربلا سے دور قربت بسم اللہ الرحمن الرحیم. السلام علیکم یا ابا عبداللہ، السلام علیکم یا ابن رسول اللہ، السلام علیکم ورحمۃ اللہ وبرکاتہ. السلام علیکم وارث آدم صفوت اللہ، السلام علیکم وارث نوح نبی اللہ، السلام علیکم وارث ابراہیم خلیل اللہ، السلام علیکم وارث موسیٰ کلیم اللہ، السلام علیکم وارث عیسیٰ روح اللہ، السلام علیکم وارث محمد حبیب اللہ، السلام علیکم وارث علی امیر المؤمنین ولی اللہ، السلام علیکم یا ابن محمد المصطفى، السلام علیکم یا ابن علی المرتضی، السلام علیکم یا ابن فاطمة الزہراء، السلام علیکم یا ابن خدیجة الکبریٰ، السلام علیکم یا صار اللہ والدسار والوتر الموتور، اشہد انک قد قمت الصلاة وآتیت الزکاة وامرت بالمعروف ونهيت عن المنکر وأطعت الله ورسوله حتى أتاك اليقين، فلعن الله أمة قتلتك ولعن الله أمة ظلمتك ولعن الله أمة سمعت بذلك فرضيت به. يا مولاي يا أبا عبد الله، أشهد أنك كنت نورا في الأصلاب الشامخة والأرحام المطهرة، لم تنجسك الجاهلية بأنجاسها ولم تلبسك من مدلهمات ثيابها، وأشهد أنك من دعائم الدين وأركان المؤمنين، وأشهد أنك الإمام البر التقي الرضي الزكي الهادي المهدي، وأشهد أن الأئمة من ولدك كلمة التقوى وأعلام الهدى والغروة الوسطى والحجة على أهل الدنيا، وأشهد الله وملائكته وأنبياءه ورسله أني بكم مؤمن بإيابكم مؤمن بشرائع ديني وخواتيم عملي، وقلبي لقلبكم سلم وأمري لأمركم متبع. صلوات الله عليكم وعلى أرواحكم وعلى أجسادكم وعلى أجسامكم وعلى شاهدكم وعلى غائبكم وعلى ظاهركم وعلى باطنكم. السلام علیکم یا ابن رسول اللہ، السلام علیکم یا ابن نبی اللہ، السلام علیکم یا ابن امیر المؤمنین، السلام علیکم یا ابن الحسین الشہید، السلام علیکم ایھا الشہید وابن شہید، السلام علیکم ایھا المظلوم وابن المظلوم، لعن الله أمة قتلتك ولعن الله أمة ظلمتك ولعن الله أمة سمعت بذلك فرضيت به. السلام عليك يا ابن أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليك أيها العبد الصالح المطيع لله ولرسوله. أشهد أنك قد جاهدت ونصحت وصبرت حتى أتاك اليقين. لعن الله الظالمين لكم من الأولين والآخرين وألحقهم بدرك الجحيم. لا تسائر الشهداء كربلاء عليه السلام. السلام عليكم يا أولياء الله وأحباءه. السلام عليكم يا أصفياء الله وأوداءه. السلام عليكم يا أنصار دين الله. السلام عليكم يا أنصار رسول الله. السلام عليكم يا أنصار أمير المؤمنين. السلام عليكم يا أنصار فاطمة الزهراء سيدة نساء العالمين. السلام عليكم يا أنصار أبي محمد الحسن بن علي الزكي الناصح. السلام عليكم يا أنصار أبي عبد الله بأبي أنتم وأمي طبتم وطابت الأرض التي فيها دفنتم وفزتم فوزا عظيما. فيا ليتني كنت معكم فأفوز معكم. السلام عليك يا أبا عبد الله وعلى الأرواح التي حلت بفنائك. عليك مني سلام الله أبدا ما بقيت وبقي الليل والنهار ولا جعلنا الله آخر الأرض مني لزيارتكم. السلام على الحسين وعلى علي بن الحسين وعلى أولاد الحسين وعلى أصحاب الحسين وعلى أخيك الحسين أبي الفضل العباس وسائر المستشهدين بين يديك ورحمة الله وبركاته. السلام عليك يا سيدنا مولانا يا صاحب العصر والزمان. الأمان 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 العجل يا مولاي. السلام عليك يا خليفة الرحمن. السلام عليك يا شريك القرآن. السلام عليك إمامنا وإمام الإنس والجان. سيدي عجل الله تعالى مخرجا وسهل الله تعالى مخرجا وجعلنا من أنصارك وأعوانك ومن المستشهدين بين يديك. والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
اللهم صل على محمد. Thank you.
Now I invite Sayyid Hadi Yassin to address the community.
السلام عليكم ورحمة الله. أعوذ بالله من الشيطان اللعين الرجيم. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. الحمد لله رب العالمين. الصلاة والسلام على سيدنا ونبينا حبيب قلوبنا وطبيب نفوسنا وشفيع ذنوبنا أبي القاسم المصطفى محمد. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى أهل بيته الطيبين الطاهرين واللعنة الدائمة على أعدائهم أجمعين من الآن إلى لقاء يوم الدين. بسم الله الرحمن الرحيم. رب اشرح لي صدري ويسر لي أمري واحلل عقدة من لساني يفقهوا قولي. Brothers and sisters, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullah. May Allah inshallah bless you all and give you tawfiq and let all of us to be among the true followers of Islam and inshallah Quran and Ahlul Bayt wa barakat salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad. Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajr fajr. So before we move forward, so brother, if you can hear me, I would like to share some slides. So if you can allow me, so I can inshallah share the slides with people, inshallah, that would be great. Jazakumullah khair.
Please go ahead. Just click on the share screen button.
Thank you so much. Alhamdulillah, we have the tawfiq and opportunity to be together again another time and another week. May Allah inshallah keep you all healthy, safe, inshallah with the best status of iman and happy in dunya wal akhirah. One of the important aspects of deen and Islam that should be analyzed and we should pay attention to it is the detail of our attributes, the details of our characteristics, our personalities, who we are, what are our characters. If people want to describe us, what kind of characters, what kind of attributes they describes us with, and what do they usually tell about us? If I ask you, imagine someone, your friends, your closest friend, someone else, your neighbor, how do you describe them? Either you say they're a very kind person, they're a very nice person, they're a very angry person, they have a good temper, bad temper, or one of these things. You describe people, you can get along with them. The more of good attributes they have, the more you like to spend time with them, the more you admire them, you talk good about them. The more you see all those characteristics that you can't get along with them and others are among the negative characteristics, the more you don't want to spend time with this person. Matter of fact, Quran and Islam, all the prophets, they came in order to bring this good attributes and let us build the character of a mu'min, a character that everyone loves to be around that person. A mu'min is the one people love to be around them, or him or her. So among these characteristics, which having these attributes would help us to reach higher level of iman, and not having them would have opposite effect, is the topic of generosity. It's the topic of stinginess or generosity. If you want to talk to someone, if you want to be friend with someone, if I ask you, do you like a stingy person? Do you like the one who doesn't, help others? No, I don't like it. How about the generous person? Of course, I like to be friend with that person. I don't know how much you heard about these two topics and how much on the Minbar or in Islam you heard about this. Tonight, we're going to be surprised that what is the approach of Islam towards this, what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala actually says about this topic. Because sometimes you're like, okay, so generosity, stinginess. Oh, it's good to be generous. I mean, it's not good to this level, or no, it's against iman. If someone doesn't have generosity, if someone has stinginess, what is the status of this? And how do sometimes this, as I always say, this become like layers around and above over our hearts, like a stinginess does not let the heart to reflect, the soul to reflect the true light and nur of iman. We do a lot of things, but it don't progress that much. Study a lot, but we don't get to that point that we need to. Why? Sometimes it's because of this attribute such as stinginess. So it is important for us to analyze this topic, and we're going to go through the characteristics. Those who are generous, inshallah, your job is to be more progress into this in this category. And those who feel that they're opposite, let's see what are the characteristics and what we are supposed to do regarding that, inshallah. If you recite salawat ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad, Allahumma salli ala Muhammad wa ala Muhammad wa ajjal faraju. Actually, the reason I want to talk about this, it is one of the most important akhlaqi recommendation. I was reading the book of Mi'raj al-Sa'adah, for those who are looking for reference, by Allama, Mullah Ahmad Naraqi, and full of akhlaqi recommendations, irfani recommendations. If you want to be an abd, if you want to get closer to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, if you need to build upon your characteristics and your iman, you need to work on your nafs, on your soul. When I was going through the topics of this book, brilliant, amazing book, remember, Mi'raj al-Sa'adah, the extension of success or salvation, correct translation I can have for it. So one of the most important topics I found is this topic of how there's a huge chapter about this topic, the topic of stinginess, bukhl in Islam, or in Arabic we call it bukhl. Bukhl, it means stinginess or generosity, or we call it sakhawat. Sakha and sakhawat, you might heard about this. So a huge chapter. In order to be successful, you need to have this. And so it shows how important it is in the matter of akhlaqi topics to talk about this. Generosity versus stinginess. Before we move forward, you know my style. If I could ask you, can you define stinginess? Can you define generosity? What is stinginess? What is generosity? What is your definition of stinginess? We have to see what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala defined these two important terms. These two characteristics are rooted in soul, are rooted in iman. If you see someone who is stingy, you can track it and trace it back to the iman, the level of iman of that person. If someone is generous, you can see the depth of, hope of the light and the nur of iman in that person. So this goes back to the characteristics of the person. Stinginess is what? Is you withhold something that you should not withhold. You have something you need to give to others. You have something you need to donate. You have something you need to give. This doesn't have to be only financially. Yes, one of the most important things is financially that you need. It can be anything else. Ability, skills. You know something, knowledge. You have something you have to give, right? Zakatul mal, zakat of money. The charity of money is what? To donate. Zakatul ilm nashruhu. This ilm and knowledge. The charity of that is that what? Donation of it is that you spread it out. You give it to others. Don't be stingy. You have the skills, share with others. The zakat of body, the zakat of hands, eyes, these all have the responsibilities and have the, donations actually. How you help others with your hands. How you help others with the talents that you have. Withholding something that you need to be given to someone else, to others. That's stingy. A very, very short definition. Exactly, I'm going to go based on the book of Mi'raj al-Sa'ada. This is the definition of book of Mi'raj al-Sa'ada, al-Mullah al-Narabi. There are nur in this book. That's why I'm going with that as well. On the other side is what? The other side is israf, or wasting. The opposite side of it, right? Which is spending something that should not be spent. You spend too much. It can be even money. It can be anything, your time. As soon as your friends come and says, let's go out, you cannot say, no, I can't come with you. You can't say, this is my family time. Can you come out Sunday? Yes, just go. Why? Because I can't say no. Why? It's my family time. No, I can't say no. You shouldn't. You should be able to say no. Or spending something you shouldn't spend, which both are wrong. Stinginess and israf, both are wrong. What is generosity and sakha is not israf and not stinginess, in between. Something that you need to do at the right time and the right amount. This is the sakhawat. This is generosity. We'll talk about it, how important is this too. It's just the etymology, just the definition based on the book that, stinginess is that I can't. We'll talk about it psychologically. It has a root in psychological aspect as well. It has a root in it as well. Look what Quran is saying about this topic. Bismillah ar-Rahman ar-Rahim. ولا يحسبن الذين يبخلون بما آتاهم الله من فضله هو خيرا لهم بل هو شر لهم سيطوقون ما بخلوا به. Those who withhold in miserliness what Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala has given them out of His grace, these people should not take it as good for them. Because when someone is stingy, he says, I'm saving. It's economically, I have to be very careful. I'm saving. This is because of this, because of that. We will talk about the reasons. My situation, my future, who's going to pay the bills, I have to do, but no, the root is stinginess. Quran says it's not good for them. Instead, it is actually bad for them. Tell them, no, stinginess is not going to help them. Not even financially, it's not going to help them. They shall be forced, and look at this part. They shall be forced on the day of judgment to put on what they withheld as iron collars around their neck. That becomes a burden at the day of judgment. Whatever you withheld, you were supposed to give it to someone, you didn't, will be withheld against you and will be around the neck of that person. At the day of judgment, it will be around your neck. It's a pain in the neck. It's something that you can't get rid of it. To Allah belongs the inheritance of the heavens and the earth. Allah is all over aware of what you do. Did you know that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala talk about the stinginess in Quran? Why is it so important Allah talks about it? And the punishment, the adhab of it is just that the day of judgment, you're going to be, the person is going to be mu'adhab, have issue because of this. And Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala says, from those Allah gave them, آتَاهُمُ اللَّهُ مِنْ فَضْلِهِ. It's not your money, it's mine. Allah says, it's mine. I give it to you now. You don't want to give it to someone else? That's very funny. Someone comes and gives you a car, a gift. Brother, this is your gift. Sister, this is yours. And then tomorrow comes, there are conditions that I'm giving you. Make sure you give it to others as well. So, no, I'm not going to give it. No. What do you mean? That doesn't make sense. Allah says, I gave it to you. I says, you don't want to do it? You see the punishment of it. Hadith from Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alayhi wa sallam. Bukhl and stinginess is a tree which its roots are in the tree of Zaqum. You heard about Ayah Quran, right? The tree of Zaqum, Darakht Zaqum, the ugliest punishment Ahl Jannah will have, the Zaqum, the drink from it, they use. At some of it, and some of its branches are in the world. The branches of Zaqum in hell, some of the branches are in the world. The one who grabs any of its branches, that means be a stingy. One of the branches is the stinginess. It will take him or her to hell. Be aware, stinginess is due to blasphemy, subhanAllah. And the result of blasphemy is fire. Just some of the naqli situation, hadith and ayat of Quran about, the stinginess, how important, again, the riwayah, you see that the branch is blasphemy. Like I said, it's rooted back to the level of the iman of someone towards Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Because Allah says, if you have iman, I gave it to you. Min fadlih, I gave it to you from my bounty and my mercy. Why are it so hard for you to give to other people, right? Let me go a little bit from psychological perspective. Psychologically, it's just some people that are stingy. It's like if you ask them to give something, it's like they're gonna die. It's like it's the whole life. Don't ask me. They think the more they add, the more they pile up, the more sometimes it goes to actually some psychological issues as well. That they think they just want to keep and keep and keep and don't save and don't share with others. It goes back rooted. Sometimes I see from someone who says, yes, Maran, my father was like this as well. My grandfather was like this. I've never seen them being generous and help and support, and the children become the same. I always said, if you want to donate, if you want to help a homeless person outside, if you want to give sadaqah to a homeless person, you know what? Give it to your children. They give it to them. So they get used to it. They get used to giving. This is a process, getting used to it. Anywhere else in the masjid, somewhere else, you see that, it's the time to pay. You be the first. Doesn't matter how much or whatever, it depends on generosity, but you be the first for your nafs to treat your nafs this way. I need to do it. I need to help. I see a homeless. You mean I just bypass and don't give anything to the homeless? So astaghfirullah, I don't know how. I can't do that. And then specifically the family and children. There's some issues comes with the stinginess in dunya and in akhirah. Number one, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala ordered us. How many times in ayat of Quran we heard that you need to do infaq, you need to give charity and everything? Which one of the worst part of this stinginess is against the family. That's the most important thing I want to say tonight. After, being against Islam, stingy person make everyone live in misery. People do not like this person, do not like to spend time with this person. It's just they humiliate themselves. This person, mashallah, he makes a lot of money, she makes a lot of money, but don't count on them. No, don't anybody. If they want someone to help, don't count on that person. We have hadith from Imam alayhi salatu wasalam, who said that, this stingy person is humiliated. Khar and Zalil, humiliated in front of others. The adhab and punishment, we talk about it, Ayah Quran and traditional Rasulullah we talk about, right? The adhab of akhirat, hereafter. No friendship. Who would like to be friends with this person? No one like to be around this person. Family issues. I have seen some people, some men, that they make it so difficult, so hard for their wives specifically. When they want to give a little bit of the alimony, of the, money, monthly, whatever they have to give, the nafaqa they have to give, it looks like it's part of their soul is coming out that they want. And they try to give as low as possible, as less as possible. I have many of the sisters come to me and says, Lana, my husband makes a lot of money. It's not that he doesn't have a lot of money, but he doesn't want to spend. He wants to hold it. We have the house, but he's just like, everything should be in the least amount. Everything should be, oh, don't do this, oh, don't do that, to the issue level. Well, we can't live with this person, with this man anymore. I tolerated this amount of years, I can't live anymore. Make the life so miserable, so difficult, so tight for people around them. People don't want to spend time with this person. Go back, we said the sifat of Allah, the attributes of Allah are those attributes that in son and human beings, they need to practice those things as well, right? We need to practice. Allah is the most generous. He wants us to be generous. Rasulullah is the most generous person in the earth. So we need to copy. We need to follow those, steps. Opposite side. Stinginess is something that is definitely against the path of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala, against the attributes of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Of course, no one would like to be around this person. Of course, that would affect the iman of the person. Do you think the stingy person, when he prays, the salat is a good salat? When the hadith said that the stinginess is one of the branches of the tree of Zaqum, that this is on the earth? This is a metaphor that shows how directly is connected to the hellfire. How directly is connected to misery. How directly is connected to blasphemy and kufr. You think the ibadat of that person is someone else? Someone has a talent in the community. Brother, I need help. Can you help me or something? Yeah, inshallah, let me see if I have time. Sometimes they're not against it, but it's so difficult. Yeah, inshallah, if I have time, I will do this. No. I have to be looking to see if there's anyone needs my talent, anyone needs my help, no, don't think, here's the point. To you guys that you are good people, mashallah, and generous people, don't think generosity is that if someone comes to me and asks me to help, then I help. No. This is the basic level of generosity, or we have to be this way. But generosity is that I look for helping others, not to be intrusive, not to be nosy and say, oh, whatever. But I'll be available. I'll be a source of khair. Remember last week we said, manna'ul khair, those people who are against khair, they block the bab of khair, the door of khair. They're opposite as well, we said. People that when someone needs help, all around, who should I go to? Sister so-and-so, brother so-and-so, mashallah. Their house is the hope house. Right? So goes back to that, I'll be the source of help. I'll go around. I see that. I see some brothers come, by the way, this is my talent. I'm a lawyer, by the way. If anyone wants help, Allah bless our physicians. We have the health committee. Group of, mashallah, before we had it active, our physicians come Thursday, some other times around, sit down if someone has questions and check up, regular checkup, help them. Hey, let's share with others. This is a way of لَإِن شَكَرْتُمْ لَأَزِيدَنَّكُمْ. If you thank Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala with this and help others, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will add into that. Will make it more mubarak, will give more barakat into this. Someone is a handyman, is a plumber, something is a bismillah, I can come here and fix this. Someone is fixing the wall, someone can do the labor work. If the masjid or others or someone else if you need help, let me know, I'll come help. You want to see the highest level of this, where you can find it in Arba'in of Imam Hussein alayhi salatu wasalam. You see the physicians on the road, they're standing, helping people in the office, for free. Come. And beg. They are begging the Zawar of Imam, please come and I want to help you. Someone, he's an engineer or someone, they have a boost over there, they're helping others. Someone is a doctor, they can't do anything else, they're cleaning the shoes of, Zawar of Imam Hussein. SubhanAllah. You see the best level of Iman, the best level of attributes of Islam in the caravan towards what? Towards Arba'in of Imam Hussein. More than 25 million people go towards Karbala, and you see that all professionals. One of the Iraqi brothers says, there was a doctor that in Iraq, if you want to go visit him, you have to be in a line for months and months. Now he's in the Arba'in walk and he's begging people, please come, let me help you. So it's important not to make life difficult for people. First and foremost, families, children, show generosity. I remember, just personally, let me tell you how important it is. I remember my father, may Allah inshallah support him. Whenever he was coming to the house, whenever he had money with himself, he was putting the stack of money on the table in front of all of us. Not in his coat, in his pocket, no one can see it. No, if you had 3, 4, 5, a lot of money, he will put it under. Until tomorrow, for example, he goes to the bank or take it wherever he wanted to take. You know, he was putting in front of us. He was putting it so we could see it. The money is there. If you want to go get it. He didn't even tell us to go grab it or not grab it. Don't touch it, touch it. No, it was there. You know, specifically at that time, we didn't have like the credit card or stuff like that. It was just more cash. But it was in front of us. It was not, oh, money, what is the money? Different ways to make it easier for people around. You want Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make life easier for you. You need to make life easier for others around you. That can be with generosity. That can be with akhlaq. If your akhlaq, doesn't matter men or women, children, if your akhlaq is the akhlaq and the ethic, temper actually, your temper is a temper that is making people's life in misery, difficult, don't expect Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala to make it easier for you. Maulana, you don't know what he's doing, what she is doing, it's very difficult. That's what we're talking about, the akhlaq of Anbiya. They came and cursed Rasulullah. They came and stoned Rasulullah, broke the forehead of Rasulullah, bleeding, the teeth was broken. The teeth was all broken. What did he do? Al-Qadhimin al-Ghayth wal-Afina al-Nas, he forgave them and forget about it. No, don't worry. He forgot. Don't worry about it. You know, this is that. You make it difficult for people, Allah makes it difficult for you. You make it easy for people, Allah makes it easy for you. It's just the law of nature, by the way. This is how Allah wants to operate. You make it tough for others to be successful, to do something, to grab something, it will be very difficult for you to reach success. Tomorrow you want to do a business, you want to do something else, you will see 10 steps in front of you. Oh my God, forget about it. Versus then, oh, it's so easy, let's do it. Greediness, the stinginess, the more you hurdle it, the more it comes. The more you put, the more you keep. And it will be layers and layers in front of the heart. Opposite of that, generosity. Let's see what generosity comes from. Comes from iman and lack of attachment to this world. The root of stinginess, we'll talk about it, is what? Is love of dunya, hubb of dunya. If I give, you know, it's going to be less, it's going to be increased. The root of generosity is that I'm not attached to this dunya. So what do you mean? So if you don't worry about it, just lose it, it will come, which is not going to be increased. There's a hadith from Ma'soom said, I swear to God, I believe Imam Sadiq alayhi salatu wasalam, he said, I swear to God, no money will be decreased by zakat, by charity, by donating. No money will be increased. Allah says, Man dhalladhi yuqridullah qaradan hasana. You come and give us a good loan and we will multiply it. Ad'afan mudha'ifa, we'll give it back to you. Generosity comes with iman. And it's the most famous attribute of prophets and awliya. The generosity. We have a tremendous number of ahadiths and traditions that they were coming to Medina looking for help, going to who? To Rasulullah, going to who? To Imam Hassan, going to Imam Hussein, Amir al-Mu'min. You want the role model of example of generosity? Amir al-Mu'min, how many gardens he made, how many nakhlistan he made, how many the water well he created. Did he keep them for himself? He did it with his own hand, with his own time, with his own effort, all donated for the sake of Allah. Imam Hassan would keep talking. 2 times he donated his whole asset for the sake of Allah. I'm not talking about money here. You know what I'm talking about. I'm talking about the root of this attribute to our soul. I'm talking about, I pray why my salat is not helping that much. I work why I'm not successful that much. Why my Ramadan is not helpful that much. Why my Haram and Safar are not. I'm talking about the root of it. We're not talking about money right now. We're just giving an example. So here's my point. My point is that you buy something, you make life easier for others, first for your family, for your wife, for your people around you. With one smile that they have, the barakah, the blessings come to you. Prophet Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, what did he say? Allahumma sallallahu. Generous person is close to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. This person is close to the hearts of people. People love this person, generous person. This person is close to heaven and far away from the hellfire. Do we believe in these things? Or we think there's just the traditions, we should have just write them down with calligraphy and put them on the wall so people just. Do we believe in these things or not? If we believe in these things, when Rasulullah Muhammad sallallahu alaihi wasallam, he's saying that he's la yantahu anil hawa. When he promises, and that's absolutely the truth, right? What does he say? He say that this goes to what? Far away from hellfire. Successful in dunya wal akhirah. Successful in dunya wal akhirah. You know what I have to do after hearing these things? I have to look for being called generous. First by Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and Rasulullah and people around me. I want to be under the category of generous person. Because what? Because Rasulullah said, you be generous, you're close to Allah. You're close to the hearts of people. People love you. You're close to heaven. More important, the residents of heaven and earth like a generous person. This person, he or she, is made from a pure soil and the water of Kawthar, subhanallah. The exact word of the tradition that is in Mi'raj al-Sa'adah said that the soil that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala made this person is from a pure soil. And the water of the eye of this person is made from the water of Kawthar at heaven. Water of Kawthar in heaven, you heard about it, right? At the day of judgment, inshallah, Amir al-Mu'mineen, Imam Ali salatu wassalam, Allahumma sallam. He's going to, inshallah, give us the ma and the water from Hawd al-Kawthar, inshallah, to all of us. She's made from Kawthar, subhanallah. It's the essence of this person, now we realize. Generosity is the essence of this person. That's why Anbiya and Awliya are generous. This is the essence of that person. Subhanallah. We're going to talk about the treatment. So, and then the continuous of this hadith, the last one, I'm reading from the book, said, the essence of the creation of the stingy person, it looks like it's from a polluted dirt. The essence, that means the essence has issue, is corrupted. Let me tell you what, imagine if you buy eggs, fruits, food, keep holding it to them. Keep holding, withholding. Don't use them, keep holding as much as possible. What will happen at the end? Yes, will be corrupted. They'll go wrong. You can't use them anymore. No matter how beautifully you keep them, there's an expiration date, right? If you keep this, it will be expired. The money, the talent, the help, whatever you can do to be generous and help others, if you don't do it, you keep holding and withholding, will be corrupted. I'll go against you. If you use them, you're going to make yourself sick. Someone goes and eats a rotten egg, you get sick. That money, here's the thing, according to our beliefs, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala gives this qadr, this andaza, this measure of money, of the wealth, of the talent, whatever, to us. If you die, you're going to eat this much only. I was reading an article today about one of the rich people, what are the political things, you know, living in the palace somewhere. I don't want to mention the name. Living in the palace has, I don't know, 700 rooms or something. She's only using 6 rooms of it. The palace has 700 something rooms and only, you know why? Because she cannot use more than, even 6 rooms is a lot with the whole family, 6 rooms. Because even she wants to sleep, he wants to sleep, there's only one bed in the corner of the room. That's it. Khuda Hafiz, nothing more. Now you can live in 1,000, you know, in a palace with 1,000 rooms. Doesn't matter. You should only use probably in 2 feet, you know, area. As long as the qabr, as big as the qabr and the grave, right? Actually, the bed is bigger. The essence is important. And the water that the stingy person is created with is from the outside, that means the opposite of Kauthar, the water of him. So what we see here is this, okay, so I have to pay attention. I have to pay attention to this topic, that my essence, where that comes from. How can I help? I'll be the source to help others. I post, you know, I recommend that people in the WhatsApp, whatever groups that we have, people post. I recommend all of you from now on, do it. Post your talents. Brothers and sisters, this is my job. I'm good at fixing computer. If anyone needs for computer, let me know, inshallah, as soon as possible. I will take care of it. Brothers and sisters, I'm the lawyer. If someone needs the legal advice, unofficially, I'm here to support and to help, inshallah, my community of Muslim brothers and sisters. Brothers and sisters, I'm a teacher. If you have any question or anything, let me know. Brothers and sisters, I teach Quran. I can help you with this. Brothers and sisters, I'm a doctor. If you have any question, here's my number. How beautiful is this community? How beautiful is this society that people are there to help? What is the society of the time of the zuhur of our beloved Imam Mahdi alayhi salatu wasalam, ajjalallahu ta'ala farajahu sharif? What is the characteristics? They said mu'mineen are so kind and lovely with each other, right? They put their hands into the pocket of each other and they get money from each other without permission, because I know it's just that beauty, love. This much closeness, right? Why? They're so lovely because the effect of the society, of the Imani society, Irfani, Ruhani, divine society. Why don't we start doing these things? By what? By helping each other, by supporting each other. I'm so and so, I can help. Brothers and sisters, I fix cars. If you have your car, let me know. Not just for the business, no, for, you know, I'm here to support, I'm here to help. I'm generous. I want to spend my time. I have nothing else. I want to spend my time for the sake of others. How many times I said that, you know, being a volunteer to help and to support? We have the hadith, the time that is not spent for the sake of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala will be spent for the sake of the enemies of Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Do you think when we say, volunteers, please come forward and help? Okay, we need, if you don't come, someone else will come. I promise you. If I won't be here, someone else will come. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala never ever make anything depend on someone's life and the presence. So if you go, everything. Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows how to have people to come and support, right? But I should be the one who says, as-sabaqun, as-sabaqun. I'm going to be the one in the front line to help and to support, right? Do something in action. Now the treatment of the stinginess, if it is rooted, you know, some people, if they need support, they need help, they need professional help, not to be stingy. But overall, the support, what we can do in 2 different ways. 1, awareness. 2nd, in action. Awareness and knowledge. Knows pros and cons. If someone is stingy, okay, what is the cons of that? What is the pros of that? You think you make a lot of money? Allah and Ahlul Bayt, they promise you're not going to make that money. It's going to be like that rotten eggs. You're not going to be used. The money that's not going to send for the sake of Allah is going to be spent for the sake of the enemies of Allah. You have these traditions. We're going to believe them or not. The talent that is not going to be spent for the sake of Allah is going to be spent for the sake of Allah and mu'mineen, going to be spent for the sake of opposite of that. What are the cons? Ila mashallah. All those things that we mentioned, humiliation, issue, problem, the pressure, mental pressure for that person. Oh my God, someone came and asked for something. Second, all these traditions and ayat, we talk about it. Study. What is being, have you heard, any of you guys heard about this ayat? Many of them are very new for me as well. Ayat and the traditions. Stinginess is a branch of tree of Zaqum, Ya Allah. We thought it's good not to be stingy. We didn't know that it's so horrible, that the root of that is in blasphemy. Studying these traditions help. And then go to action. The more awareness, studying, learning more about it, and in action. In action, first and foremost, when I study and I see the pros, and there's no pros of stinginess, the cons of that, then I decide to give and to decide to be generous. It's a psychological status, a status of mind that I have to train my mind to tell my mind that I need to be generous. I don't want to be stingy. I don't want my wife to, na'uzu billah, God forbidden, beg in front of me for some money. I know some people, unfortunately, this is happening to them. Na'uzu billah, the person comes, the wife comes and acting like, begging, please give me some money. Astaghfirullah. This is not your money, brother. It takes less than a second for Allah to take it away from you. Then you'll see what that means. Or you go beg others for that. I'm not saying that lavishly spend everything. No, we said that on the other side of the stinginess is a stuff, right? In the middle is what? Is generosity. No, know exactly how much, whatever is reasonable, but not make it difficult for people, for your children. One of the things in homes, those that all of us, we have to pay homes, for example, right? Specifically those people, for example, who are working, they have Salah Homsi, they date for paying the homes. Okay. So if you have any expenses, you can deduct it in the same year. Expenses, we call it according to your sha'an, ma'unayya sha'an. Means what? For example, someone's sha'an and dignity is to buy a car, $10,000. Okay, so for example. Someone's is just like $30,000. Someone's the sha'an is to have this house, someone is not. If you have something that is not in your dignity, you're spending too much, you have to pay the homes of it. No. Only if it's in that much, Islam is paying attention to it. The children, the others, how important to get used to this. First to decide. I know, so I have to decide I want to work towards this. Actually ask people around, do you think I'm generous? Do you think I can be more generous? Everybody can be more generous for sure. Do you think I'm generous or not? To see what close friends or family will tell us about this. So decide about that. Second, keep praying and giving more. We call it exposure therapy. In psychology, I talked to you before, expose yourself to something that you're afraid of. I'm going to promise myself, before I had the issue, it was so difficult for me to do that. Now I'm going to deliberately and purposely look for somehow to help others. Like I said, the time, the talent, the skills, or money, whatever I can. I know some of our community members, when there is khair, not only they help, they make a campaign, subhanAllah. They look around, I know some of the sisters, they look around, brothers, sisters, they put their abru and honor in front of the line and ask others to help for the sake of helping other people, subhanAllah. This is mithqala dharratin khayran yara. You do a little bit, Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala knows how to answer, right? One of the maraja at the end of his life, I said before, maybe he was so nervous. Subhanallah, wali of Allah, so great. People says, Maulana, why you're so nervous? You did a great job. You help Allah. He says, I'm afraid maybe I could spend my honor for other people. I didn't have anything else to spend, money, asking others to help others. Maybe I could insist more and spend my own honor and ask others to be able to to help others. Being in the front line, do something special. Let me tell you something very quietly, and I'm wrapping up quickly. I'm really so proud of our salat and our fasting and our ibadat to be something presentable to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. I'm not like that. Ya Allah, my salat is the salat of Amir al-Mu'mineen. So for the sake of this salat, Ya Allah, you just do the salat correct shara and forget about going. Right? Who's going to say, oh my, Imam Khomeini rahmatullah says, we can have 2 rakat salat maqbool accepted by Allah? We do not. Urafa are saying this. We can't present our ibadat as gift or something so special. maybe these little things, such as helping others, maybe gifting something to others, maybe supporting, helping, being generous, will be outstanding. That we can say, Ya Allah, but look at this. For the sake of this, didn't you say the heaven is the reward of this person? By different parentheses, we're not talking about generous person who doesn't have iman, who doesn't pray, who doesn't have anything, just go to heaven. You know all these things, you're advanced. There are prerequisites, and then there are some, supplementary things as well. So someone who doesn't have iman, doesn't have, salah, doesn't have anything, and just be generous, is go to heaven? No, of course not. The prerequisites, and then these things are the things that are going to help. Analyze and find the roots of this feeling of stinginess. I'll finish with this, inshallah. Analyze the root of it. What is the root of it? Different for some people. Most important for everyone who are stingy, love of dunya. I keep more. It's difficult for me to pay. Stinginess can be the life. Imam Hussein asked people to spend their life for the sake of Allah and Islam. Oh, Ya Rasulullah, love of dunya. Umar al-Sa'ad kills Imam Hussein. Shrim kills Imam Hussein. Talha and Zubair fights with Amir al-Mu'minin for the sake of what? Dunya, love of dunya. حب الدنيا رأس كل خطيئة. So we have to take out this tooth of what? حب of dunya, the love of dunya, in order to fix the stinginess. Second, daydreaming. I'm going to keep this much money. I'm going to buy this with it. I'm going to do that with it. And then with this, I'm going to go, oh my God, buy something. Daydreaming. It's different than having goals. Saving for our goals, that's different. That's good. Daydreaming is something that is not achievable. It's too much, forgetting Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. It's a famous story. Someone had a container of oil many, many years ago. And he said, he was sitting in front of this oil. It's just the best oil in the world. I'm going to sell this oil. With the money of this oil, I'm going to buy a big house. With that, I'm going to get married. I'm going to have this and that. I started going to his dreams. All of a sudden, the cat came around him and he grabbed his stick to, push the cat away. The stick got to the container. It was broken. All the oil was all around the plate, all around the floor. And he said, oh my God, where's my house? Where's my wife? All going. Daydreaming goes away. If that's it, I work on it. Not daydream. Yes, I keep this much for me, for my goals, for my business, whatever I have. And this percentage, this amount should go towards what I need to do and help. Saving for children. Oh, I'm going to go save for my children. Brothers and sisters, of course, we have to save as much as we have to save for the sake of, others. But if it is something that only for awlad, for children, and keeping and not doing our duty, responsibility that Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala told us to do, first of all, Allah said the ruzi and rizq and sustenance of your children are with me. I'm going to give them. Yes, you have to have something for them, but not everything for them. They're going to use it and don't remember where that came from. And then you're going to stand in before Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala and answer where that happened, where that comes from. So yes, doing something reasonable, but the rest, not too much. Otherwise, you will be a storekeeper. We have the hadith that said what these people that only for the sake of their children or others, they will be storekeeper, storage keeper. Just build and bought more and more and more. And then one day, inna lillahi wa inna ilayhi raji'un, here's the key, bismillah, you go enjoy it. This is my bank account, this is yours for the office, go enjoy it. Enjoy yourself, pay others. So therefore, these topics that we talk about, alhamdulillah, are the topics that, rooted in our iman, our personalities, and would help us, inshallah, to work towards this, we have to get used to this, at the same time helping others, being generous, and inshallah being able to support other people around. اللهم صل على محمد وعلى محمد وعجل فرجهم اللهم عجل لوليك الفرج العافية والناصر ومد في عمره الشريف وزين الأرض بطول بقائه واجعلنا من أعوانه وأنصاره وشيعته يا رحمن يا رحيم ثبت قلوبنا على دينك بحق الحسين يا Allah. Hasten in the zuhur of our beloved Imam Muhammad. Let us and our generation be among the true followers of our Imam. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Those who have hajat and requests, give them khair hajat. Let us be among the mu'mineen who are generous. Ya Allah, keep us away from stinginess, specifically in the path towards helping mu'mineen and mu'minat. Ya Allah, Ya Rahman, Ya Rahim. Let us have the tawfiq to be active in the path of supporting Islam and Muslimin. Those who have hajat, Ya Allah, all around the world, mu'mineen and mu'minat, specifically give them khair hajat. Those who are dealing with this pandemic and situation, bihaqqa Hussein, Ya Allah, keep this bala away from the whole world, specifically mu'mineen and mu'minat, and keep them safe. Ya Allah, those who are sick, bihaqqa Hussein, and bihaqqa Imam Sajjad, cure them all at this moment, and those who passed away, send the thawab and reward from our gathering to their soul, inshallah. رحم الله من يقرأ الفاتحة مع الصلوات والسلام عليكم ورحمة الله وبركاته.
Jazakallah Maulana. May Allah continue to bless our community and give you tawfiq to continue to enlighten us. Jazakallah. With that, we will wrap our program for Thursday night. Thank you.